All right, so hey guys, so for today's shave, we're going to do a face shave, and I'm at probably 24 hours, right around there. So let's start off with what razor I'm going to use. I'm going to use my WR2 Wolfmen. Maybe that's a little bit better. Blade gap on this one is 1.55, so it is aggressive, but it's super smooth for how efficient it is. It's not as smooth as, say, like a Carve Overlander, but for how high of a gap, it is surprisingly smooth. It is just your standard polish, which is freaking incredible. The handle on this one, so actually I have been using this handle, which is the Timeless TI crown handle. I've been using that with the WR2 head, but I decided for this shave I'm going to use the handle that I bought it with. I did buy this setup used. We have a Gillette Nacet blade in here. It is on its third use. This handle is, I don't know what you would consider it. I kind of call it a hybrid. It's between two variations of his handle. It kind of has the grip up here of one and then the back end of a different handle. I can't remember what it is. I think it's maybe I forgot what they even call them, but I think it's like the third and seventh handle combined is this one. So it's a little bit of a different. It's like I said, it has two handles that Wolfman designs, and this one handle is kind of combined of those two, if that makes sense. It is also in stainless steel. This is not titanium. I have thought about getting a titanium head from Wolfman and maybe just a smaller blade gap on one side and another blade gap on the other side. That's one cool thing about Wolfman is he'll do dual gaps. So one side could be, say, more of an efficient razor, and the other one can be more of a moderate side, which I think is really, really cool. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the handle on this one. And again, yeah, just look how shiny that is. And that's his basic polish, which is probably the best polish I've seen. And he also does a mirror polish, which this to me is mirror polish, but it's considered his basic polish. For today's soap, it's going to be the first time I've used this soap. So not the base, it's Barrister and Mann. This one is going to be called the Reserve Lavender. And I've had this soap for a little bit. I ended up not getting it when I bought it. They somehow placed it and they didn't put it in the package of my other soaps. So I finally got it. And I think this one's going to be a really nice scent. I got the matching splash as well. And I've heard this is probably one of the best lavenders on the market. And until about 2 months ago, I wasn't really a big floral guy until I started trying some florals, some lavenders, and I really like lavender. It's just really calm, smells really good. And I have it blooming here. It's not a super hard soap, but it's not super soft, so I felt comfortable blooming it. And we have soaking for today. This gorgeous Declaration Grooming B15. The pour colorway, it's called Sombre Hour. And it's kind of like a greenish with hues of like a gold and blue. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous pour. This is probably one of my favorite Declaration Grooming pours. I actually sought out to find this exact pour. And after a couple of months, I found it, and I didn't really care so much what knot it was, just because I liked the pour that much. And I found one, it was all the way in France, and it happened to be in one of the best knots that I enjoy. I love the B15 knot. B15 is not my favorite though. I would say B14, B5, B6, and then B15, but it's right there. Now you can see that this one is a little bit what I call washed out, where you can see that it's here, it kind of has this waves and it looks really cool, but then here it's just kind of solid. I don't know what that's officially called. Maybe you guys know. You guys can comment below and tell me, but I call that washed out. It's kind of where I say the pour got washed out when they were pouring it. You can also see some kind of cool looking swirl right there. And some people don't like that on their brushes, and I typically don't either, but I thought it kind of gave this one character, and it makes me love it that much more, that it's not perfect, right? That the handle has these imperfections. And you can see Scott from Declaration Grooming, that is his signature on the bottom, and the B15. All right, so let's just put some water on the face and get this started, because we're already at 6 minutes. And I haven't even loaded, but that's okay, because if you're here watching this, you either A, are a hobbyist and enjoy watching videos like me. I love watching videos. I don't care if they're 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes. I just enjoy listening to people's lives and them talking about the hobby, especially when they're super passionate about it. Or you just want to relax and watch somebody shave, which is fine too. I do the same thing. You know, late nights and you can't fall asleep, you turn on YouTube and you try to watch something relaxing to get your mind off things. And this lavender is just amazing. It's so nice and perfect. I can see why people say that this is the best or one of the best lavenders in the wet shaving community. This is probably the favorite lavender I've had, and I've only tried 3 maybe. I've tried, I can't even remember the first one I tried. The second one was a grooming department, and I think I tried one more. I can't remember what the third one was either off the top of my head. And I have already probably loaded way too much, but who cares, right? So as always, what I like to do is I like to spread it out a little bit first, and then I dunk it in the water, and then we start working that lather. The set base on this is what I would consider pretty typical for Barrister and Mann. It's most of their scents always seem to me to be a medium high. I don't think I've ever had a scent that was low with them. And this is no different. I would give this on a scale of 1 to 10. I'll give it a probably a solid 6.5, tipping on that 7. I think I'm in the minority of the wet shaving community that really likes B15. Seems like a lot of people don't enjoy it as much as I do, and you know, that could be a big part of that they've been in the hobby longer than me, so they came in on the era of stuff like B2, that's pretty legendary, B5, B6, where I came in. I've been wet shaving since before Declaration Grooming was even a company, but I really wasn't buying any of the higher end gear yet. And so when I came, he was on B14. And B14 is really, really nice, so I can see why if... And B5 is pretty nice too. I have one B5 and one B6, but they're not full Declaration Grooming, meaning that it's a Declaration Grooming knot, but it's a handle from somebody else. So I can see why, like, if you're comparing this to them, that you might not like it that much. But what I've started trying to do too is not really compare knots to other knots, unless we're, say, I'm trying to compare them in either A, for somebody to get an idea of what it's like to see if they want to buy it, or B, just for my personal preference of what I like. But B15 in itself, I find it to be a really excellent brush. Like I said, it's not my favorite. Not. And it's not even my favorite Declaration Grooming knot. But I do like it. I like it enough that I'm happy I got one. And I'm happy that I found this one in one of my favorite pours as well. And I actually have three B15s, so this is one of them. I also have a Spooky B15, which was actually my first brand new Declaration Grooming brush I ever bought. And then I have a Cotton Candy pour one. And the Cotton Candy pour, I just find really, really cool because it's such a unique, bright pour. It's wild. It's bright pink and bright blue. It's so fucking cool. And my Spooky one, I wanted that one so bad when I saw it because I'm really into Halloween and horror films and stuff like that. So it's orange and black. And I just find that so cool. Like anything Halloween or horror like that with artwork in the wet shaving community or brushes, I'm all over it. And I think we're really good. Oh yeah, we're good. And like I said, I way over lathered, but loaded. But look at that, how nice that is. And that came together stupid quickly. Just, add water and keep on going. Alright, so with this, I do have to pay attention, so I might not talk as much as some of my other videos as I'm shaving. I do have, as always, my little mirror right here on my cabinet. I'm shaving in my kitchen because I'm a full-time RVer. If you've watched any of my other videos, I do talk about that. And like I said, you really do got to pay attention. It's smooth, but if you don't pay attention, it's a 1.55 gap, so it's going to cut you. And I've been nicked quite a few times with this. Wow. Listen to that. And that just, it makes the whiskers sing. So, like I've told you in other videos, the bottom part of my neck is always an issue. We'll see. I'm going to try to go straight down, but the only razor I've ever been able to use that really does it really good, just going straight down so far, is number one is my Carve stainless steel Overlander. Works phenomenal. The second one that's okay is the WC winning razor. We'll see how I do with this one. But usually the bottom of the neck, it grows up, the rest grows down, and for some reason, no matter what, I always nick myself. It's always an issue. Alright. I successfully did not nick myself. but I could still tell it was very close. Yeah, I just gotta, even with the Wolfmen, as great of a razor it is, I can't go straight down like I do with the Carve. Well, let's keep going. And I think you guys can see that. Oh yeah. See all that hair? Just globs of hair coming off. Barrister and Mann has one of the favorite bases of mine because of what you're seeing right here. Just the dense, creamy lather, and it's nice and slick. This side I'm going to go up, so I'm going with the grain on the bottom of the neck just to see the difference. Yeah, it's a night and day difference how much easier and less harsh that feels. Alright, that was a really good first pass. The WR2, I can get a really BBS shave with 2 passes on it. We'll see today what we get. Lathering up for this second pass. Need a little bit more water. And the scent strength on this, it doesn't go away. I love that. Like some soaps I've noticed, if they kind of get less strong. I mean, to me, like that's the whole point of why I have so many soaps and why I really enjoy this hobby is the incredible scents that you're also getting besides just the actual soap base itself. And even this second pass is still really nice and thick and dense. I really enjoy this type of lather. Second pass is going to be across the grain, and then on the neck that means up. Ooh, that's slick. It's so slick I'm having trouble gripping the handle. Oh yeah, had to wipe that off a little bit. This handle isn't bad. I've never had a problem where I lost grip, but there's sometimes when I'm using a soap base that's really good like this, that it can get a little hard because the only part on the handle that is really grippy is right there. This is, because it's so smooth, it can slip out. So you just kind of have to grip it right there. Again, I've never dropped it, but there's been times, like right now, where I was like, oh shoot, I gotta rinse off some of that lather that's on it, because the leather's just so slick that it's about to make me drop it. There we go. All right, second pass complete. There's a couple little spots right here, and that's because I didn't go against the grain on the bottom on this side. Third pass, we're going to wring out the B15. Let's just look at that. Look how nice and thick that is. And now this soap base, I think it's different than the Omnibus soap base. I think because it's the Reserve, I think it's actually a different soap base. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Nope, I'm wrong. So it is Omnibus base, which I really enjoy. Okay, so this one, I'm going on the neck and I'm going to go downwards. So the bottom I go against the grain, just to get those last little missed spots. Got some blue bitch. All right. And I think that's going to put us in the done sir done zone. Let me get some warm water on my face. Get some of this soap off just so I can see where I'm at. And I think we're good. Give it a nice little pat down. Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing is so freaking efficient. And what I learned is if I use it every day, it's not too harsh and I get really good with it. But I've been using my WSC winning razor and the Carve Overlander so much lately that I've been kind of neglecting my WR2. So my technique with it isn't as good as what it was about a month ago when I was using it every single day. It's nice. I do wish I had one a little bit smaller regap though, maybe like a 1.25, 1.35. Because this one, it's nice and I use it, and you can see I didn't really cut myself off. Maybe a little tiny weeper right there. But you have to, at least I do, I have to pay attention. I have to definitely work on my technique with it. Okay. Ooh. The Splash Lavender smells different than the soap. I don't know. I just assumed because it was lavender that this was the one that matched the soap. But maybe there's supposed to be a reserve lavender splash? I don't know. But this, I like the soap more than I like the splash. Maybe it'll grow on me though. I do like Barrister and Mann's splashes. They're nice and nourishing, but I'm not sure I'm in love with the scent of this one. Yeah, we'll see. Time goes on, I might enjoy it more. So let's wrap up this and recap what we did for today's beautiful face shave. For today, we used the WR2. It's all dirty now. I'll have to clean it. But with a Gillette Nacet, third use. I'm going to throw it away after this. Blade gap is 1.55 in this. We used this beautiful Declaration Grooming B15 in the Sombre Hour pour, which is gorgeous. For the soap today and matching splash, or I think it's the matching splash, we used Barrister and Mann Reserve Lavender. The splash just says lavender though, so I don't know, maybe it's not the matching splash. And I hope you guys enjoyed the face shave today, and I'll catch you guys on the next shave.